Hi, and welcome to episode 3 of Slyck's video guide to the Newsgroups. This episode is the news servers, where we'll talk about some of the features you can expect with the premium Usenet server accounts. Behind me is the Plaza Hotel, one of the most distinguishable landmarks in New York City. There's certain characteristics of the Plaza that justify the expense, such as location, quality of the room, and service. There's certain characteristics of a news server that justify the expense of one over the other as well, such as connections, completion, retention, and security. As you're looking for a Usenet server, these are words you're going to come across quite often. But which ones are most important and which ones can you live without? Just like trying to find a place to stay in New York, you're going to want to know what the deal is. But don't worry, we'll show you what's up.
A news server is at least one large storage capacity machine that sends and receives text messages. When you're looking for a news server, there are generally 4 major features to look out for: retention, connections, security, and completion. The first and most important feature is retention. Retention is a measure of how many days an article is stored on a news server. A text message that's posted on a news server that has 365 days retention will still be able to download 1 year after it was posted. After that, the articles are deleted in order to make room for new posts. The more storage capacity a server has, the more messages it can hold, and the longer its retention is. Long-term retention is a desirable feature because the longer articles stay and more time goes by, the amount of available articles pile up. Connections refer to the amount of simultaneous processes that can take place between a news server and a news reader. Connections are important because, don't forget, a large file is posted to Usenet as hundreds, possibly thousands of small text messages. The newsreader will download one of these text messages very quickly. When it's finished, it requests the next text message in its queue and waits for the server to send it. That time is wasted because nothing is being downloaded to continuously maximize your download bandwidth. To solve this, you add more connections, or threads, that are downloading other text messages simultaneously. Now, whenever one thread is not using any bandwidth and waiting for another message to begin, other threads are downloading away and using what would have been wasted bandwidth. Most users maximize the benefit of using multiple connections at between 5 and 10 connections. If you're looking for high-quality access to the newsgroups, check out Red Orb News at www.redorbnews.com for all these great features at low prices. Secure Socket Layer Encryption, or SSL, is another feature that has become popular. To ease the concerns of users, newsgroup companies started providing 128-bit and 256-bit encryption for both uploaders and downloaders. This is the same kind of protection that is used when you pay your bills or perform online banking. This is usually a free feature that helps keep your data transmission secure. Completion describes how many articles actually make it to a news server. During the long propagation throughout Usenet, it's not uncommon for an article to get lost along the way. Losing a few articles isn't a big deal. They can be replaced or paired with PAR files, so a news server with 95% completion is totally acceptable. But if too many become lost, you'll have a hard time reconstructing an archive. Luckily, poor completion rates are a thing of the past, as most news servers that Slyck recommends have excellent completion.
That concludes episode 3. Remember, if you have any more questions, just go to www.slyck.com/ng, where there's an active community willing to help. Thanks for joining us. Look for episode 4 coming soon.